All right, you guys, I am going live. Can you hear me? Because last time I screwed it up with my headset. We're going to jump right in. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You guys, you got me again today because Chris is out in the field working. I'm going to have to get him back on schedule with the YouTube. But I want to talk about, give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Before I keep going on like I did last time and you guys had no sound. So you're good. Awesome. All right, we're going to jump right in. So Chris is not here today. He's out in the field working again. I'm going to have to get him back on schedule to do YouTube videos with me because there's so much information coming in. So hopefully I have it set up a little better today, but I want to jump right in with recessions. Not recessions, bankruptcies. Well, actually recession, yeah, recession too. Bankruptcies, recession, what's going on, the SBA loans, the PPP loans, loans are coming due. You've got thefts at different businesses that are causing them to shut down. What is going to happen? You got credit card debt going up, savings going down, banks are holding on to your money. You guys, I'm having so many people reach out to me and they're saying that they're holding on to their money. ACH, wire transfers, they're not letting them go. Normally when I would do an ACH, it's automated clearinghouse. It would literally, talk to each other and it would be within a day. But I actually had someone send me an email that had been forwarded from their bank saying, hey, sorry, ACH procedures, we're going to hold on to that money just a little bit longer. So first off though, I want to get into bankruptcies. Let's start with the very first article. And I wish that I could share my screen with you, but I am looking at it right here, but I can put it in the description. So there came an article out this morning about Zero Hedge. And it said Chapter 11 filings by businesses soared to 61% so far this year. So you guys, when I read these kind of things, I pause because I say, okay, it said in the first 9 months of 2023, commercial Chapter 11 bankruptcies have soared 21% to 4,553 bankruptcies. And I'm like, okay, give me some stats. Because I don't like fear mongering. Like, I want to know, okay, why? What's going on? So I try to start digging in. So when I get an article like this, I don't just run out to Chris and go, hey, tell everybody this is happening, because I'm not really sure what's happening. And you guys, I went and found some stats. And I'm actually going to put this chart in the description so you guys can actually see it for yourself. In 2023 alone, 57 companies filed for bankruptcy. And this is including actually an electric company that ironically Biden not too long ago just went and visited. And you guys hit that thumbs up for me. I really like having Chris here with me, but we're determined to get the news out to you guys one way or the other. And you guys actually hang on to the end because I have I have two interesting things. One, I have an interesting little tidbit that I came across that a prescription drug is deciding what you purchase in the store. And they actually paid money and did a study. Walmart's one of them. And then I have another little interesting tidbit of actually how much gold central banks bought in August. We're going to save that to the end. But, so we've got 57 companies that have filed for bankruptcy. And I want to give you guys this chart. So I'm going to either pin it in the comments or put it in the description that you can actually go and see it yourself. So if you look at this, if you look at year to date, back in 2020, it was 469. That's right now we're at 459 bankruptcies. And if you look in 2021, 2022, it went way down. Well, why do you guys think? We had PPP, we had SBA loans, we had them giving out loans, zombie companies, we had all this kind of stuff. So it's a bad thing, but also a lot of these companies that were zombie companies, SBA loans and all that, where they're coming due. Commercial loans are coming due. You've got variable rate loans that are coming due, which I have a family member that's facing that right now, and variable rate loans can be a headache like crazy. So if you go all the way back to 2010, that seems to be when, if you look at the data, it was 604 bankruptcies that were filed. So what are the consequences on that? So we're talking about Chapter 11 bankruptcies. That means restructuring, generally. It doesn't mean that the business necessarily goes under. But however, what are the consequences? Typically, people get laid off. Creditors do not get paid, so that's going to affect it. And also, it affects, I think, the consumer at the end of the day. The purchasing and all that kind of stuff and the products and stuff like that. So I think this is something to pay attention to. I get online every week and I know it's not always easy. You have to take time, but I get online and I see what companies look like that they're going to bankrupt status. And it just kind of gives you an idea of, hey, just kind of keep your eye on this and kind of see what's going on. Speaking of that though, so we've got bankruptcies right now, but it seems like the CFOs and the CEOs are completely ignoring it. You guys, they have just borrowed another $570 billion worth. It's like they're oblivious, these companies. I don't get it. It's staring them in the face with bankruptcies and all this kind of stuff. Even for the past 18 months, Federal Reserve Jerome Powell has frantically been trying to break America's borrow and spend habits. It's critical to fight against inflation. He's come out and said that, you guys. Matter of fact, we're probably getting ready to have another interest rate hike. What do we have, 11 lately? And they don't seem to understand that this is an issue. So you guys just pay attention to the bankruptcies, because I think that is a key sign that's going to be a trickle-down effect. I think commercial loans are coming due. Commercial loans mostly are variable rates, and the interest rates are going up. I just talked to someone the other day, and this is actually personally. Actually, matter of fact, is on a personal note, we're going to see an attorney Tuesday. We have been talking about how personally what we do, and I have a family member that's kind of in a little bit of a bind right now with a variable rate interest. I really do want to put their home in a trust, so we're going to see an attorney Tuesday, and we're going to talk to them. And I'm going to tell you guys what I've learned of how to take care of your finances, how to take care of your family members, all that kind of stuff. Well, we're going Tuesday. I've already paid him, put down the deposit, and we're going to see what we have to say, because Chris and I personally want to put our stuff in a trust. But you guys, people are seeing this coming. Even Jerome Powell is saying, you guys, we have inflation. They're talking about recession. And I actually looked up stuff about articles. What would make a recession? They said it is here, and it's going to happen. Whether it happens today, it's already here, it's already happening. And they gave some notes. This isn't me. This isn't my opinion. This is actually stuff that people are quoting, and I'll give it to you guys because I've got all these articles pulled up here. They said all the stimulus checks that we got, the companies with the SBA loans, they're all coming due. By the way, they didn't have to pay them for a while, and now all they're coming due. All those loans are coming due. The loans, not only that, but you got the college loans that are coming due now. They're not being forgiven. Some of them were, but most of them are not. Those are coming due right now. So they said the student loans, October the 1st, it's going to be $8 billion on the consumers that they're going to have to pay. They said it's going to affect people even paying their rent and getting groceries. They say gas prices are going up, which we've already seen. Oil prices are at the highest level for a little while. We've already seen that. They said it could ease possibly, but they said it'll probably get worse before it gets better. You've got insurance premiums. Oh my goodness, you guys, we've talked about this. Healthcare, home insurance, autos. We personally have been hit with this. And matter of fact, I can't tell you the number of people of you guys have reached out to us and said that you guys have had your tax assessor come out and reevaluate your property, and your taxes have gone up. And Chris and I, we have talked about this so many times that we think because of all the stimulus that's happened, all just this free stuff that's been given, we're like, somebody's gonna have to pay for it at some point. And we were like, it's going to be taxes. And you guys, that's where it's coming. They're already raising your taxes. So it says got the auto worker strikes. We talked about this the other day, the auto worker strikes and all that. So I think with all that, bankruptcies is something that you should pay attention to. I like just paying attention to it because it gives me a sign of what's going on. By the way, I was just watching the live stream with Jack, Nobody Special, about the job market and different things like that. Because I was asked him, I said, why is China right now? Because I know Japan is. They're selling off our treasuries. But why is China selling off? I mean, since April, I think they've sold off like 40 billion. I'd have to go back and look to see exactly, be positive. And the rumor is because they're trying to beef up their military. But they have no funds. They are trying to beef up their own economy. They're trying to beef up their own currency or whatever. And so they're selling off. So when that happens and they sell off all of our treasuries, all of our debt, all of that kind of stuff, that is not good for the United States. So they're saying how this could potentially put us more into recession. So I'll go on to the next one. So we got credit card debt. And you guys chime in, tell me if I'm going too fast, but there's a couple things I just want to hit up with you guys. We've got what's going on with the bankruptcies. You guys need to pay attention to this. Get online, look up bankruptcies. I'll put the link in there. You guys can see it. Look up the stores. Look at what's going on. That is a key of what's happening to our economy. If you look right now, credit card debt, it's topping 1 trillion, which, by the way, our government debt, I think, is about to hit 34. I think we're 33.6 or something like that. We're like going crazy every day. But even privately, you guys, Our credit card debt is hitting 1 trillion. That's even before the holidays arrive. And what happens when the holidays arrive? We all know everybody uses their credit cards and then they pay it off for the next couple months. Well, looking at the stats, and once again, I take it for face value, then I get online and I do some stats, I do some research. People that bought Christmas presents on their credit cards last year have not even paid all that off. So they're still paying off Christmas from last year. Now we have Christmas coming again. And they're going to put it on the credit cards again. But their credit cards, a lot of them, they're maxed out. They're dipping into their U.S. government spending $1 billion every hour. I saw that the other day. How they do that, I don't understand, because if I did that, I'd be bankrupt and broke and I wouldn't have a home to live in. It just completely baffles me. The House and the McCarthy and the whole thing, it is just, it's a mess. But anyway, the trillion, so they're also dipping into their savings. And for a while there, with all the stimulus checks coming in and all that kind of stuff, it seems like the savings kind of went up. Everybody was like, okay, we were locked down. They were saving a little bit, shopping a line. Well, everybody now is dipping into their savings. Energy's going up. Our electricity bill's going up. I don't know if you guys are, but our electricity bill's going up. Insurance is going up. So everybody's dipping into their savings, paying on their credit cards, living paycheck to paycheck, and that's where we are. Solutions. I say this all the time, but you guys, you need to make a budget. You need to do a spreadsheet. You need to know where your money is going. And Chris and I do this all the time. And he knows where every penny goes. All he has to do is walk in the door and say, hey, where's the spreadsheet? And I show him exactly this bill, this bill, this bill, this bill. And he knows it. And I know where our money goes. We did not do this when we first got married, just so you know. And he would come in and he's like, where is our money going to? And it's just like the government. They have no idea, apparently, where their money's going to. Apparently, it's going to these lobbyists and, I don't know, all these different people or whatever. But got my order in. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to talk about gold and silver at the very end. But so you guys, if you're interested, but that's what we do. I do a spreadsheet every month, and we know where every penny goes to, and it has saved us a ton of money. But anyway, we are... You know, I talked to my mom and dad about this the other day. This is going to get personal a little bit. I talked to my mom and dad about this because I'm really getting into their finances lately. Well, because I found out a little bit of an issue because they did a will the other day to the rich man, man, that is so true. Never look back. So I got in their business the other day, and I need to do a video about this, and I think I will next week with Chris after we go see that attorney, about you need to get in your parents' finances, whether you like it or not. It's not a fun conversation. I've talked about this here a while back. Well, I've done what I've said, and I got in their business, and I found out some information getting into their business where we've got some issues regarding their finances. I wanted to put their home in a trust so that I could take care of them. I'm learning all this stuff about Medicare, Medicaid, stuff like that, where you have to be proactive. And anyway, that's another video, but you guys, that is something that you guys need to take a look at. But it's a big deal when it comes to finances. All right, but because we're in debt. Everybody is in debt. So let's go on to the next one. So, all right, I'm going to go to this little side note. A couple things. I'm going to hit gold and silver, and then I'm going to tell you a funny story. Because we're already on here at 13 minutes, and me doing it by myself, I'm like, dang, I missed my sidekick. All right, so central banks have purchased 77 tons of gold in August. That's a 38 increase compared to the purchases made in July. Do you know how much a ton is? I looked it up because I'm that kind of person. I like to know things. It's 2,204 pounds. So you figure that up. If you do that times that, I actually did the math, that's 1,609,892.8 pounds. That's how much gold, you guys, they've purchased. So why would they be purchasing that much gold? Do they know something that we don't know? I think they do. And that's why Chris and I, we believe in gold and silver. And I just want to hit on it just toward the end for just a little bit because it's actually down right now. Prices are down, spots down, premiums are down right now. We have some good prices. If you guys are interested at all, call me 318-564-5823. I'll give you quotes. Go other places and get quotes. Just think of it as a way to put your money somewhere that you can actually put it in your hands, and it's always held value throughout the entire history of time. That's pretty much it. It is. I don't know if you can see the board, M and J. I don't know if you can see it. All right, on a last note, I'm going to leave you with a funny story. So here we go. I told you I would. So we actually have, right now, it's an anti-suppressant medication that has become very popular lately with people. And I personally know some people that have taken them. It suppresses their appetite. It makes them lose weight. There's side effects to those drugs, which I'm not going to get into. I'm not a fan of them because there's highs and lows and all that kind of stuff. But Walmart and a few other companies have come out and they have done some research based on this drug. And they're like, does it affect what they purchase, what they do, different things like that. So they said, we are definitely seeing a slight change to the total population of what they are purchasing. They are buying less food. They are actually, they said, and they did a poll of the people that are taking these medications, which they're not eating as much. They're going to buy less. But on the ironic side, they're buying more clothes because they're losing weight. So they're buying more clothes. I know, a stupid side note, but here's just kind of interesting thing. But it's causing, they said, because of this drug has become so prevalent. You guys can look it up. It's actually called, hang on, I looked it up. It's called Ozempic, Ozempic. It's making people buy less food. And a lot of doctors are prescribing this, but it's also making, they said, because of this, and they did a survey, they actually spent money and did a survey on this. Read your Bible. Yes, I agree, read your Bible. I agree to that. Read Proverbs and you can live pretty good, whether you're like it or not. You got chocolate, Anheuser-Busch, Nestle, Ben Jerry's, all this kind of stuff, all this yogurt, all these stocks fell because they said they're prescribing this suppressant drug that is suppressing people's appetites, and they're not buying food. So it's affecting actually the stocks. Anyway, that's just a funny side note, just to end kind of with you guys. But I look forward to having Chris back with me soon. But you guys pay attention to the bankruptcies. I think that's going to be a key sign. That's going to be a trickle-down effect, just like these strikes that they're doing, which I heard another strike possibly is coming up with another auto industry. They thought that they had managed to, I guess, iron it out, but it didn't work, and it's become an issue. Also with the banks that are becoming an issue, they're holding your ACHs, they're refusing to do wire transfers. You guys just pay attention to all of these things. Whatever you guys are doing, just pay attention. And I will tell you this, document every single thing. Everything you can, try to get in writing. Because if you don't have it in writing, when you go to dispute something, you don't have anything. It's your word against theirs. I've learned that the hard way also a few times. Anyway, as Chris would say, you guys have an amazing, awesome day. And hopefully Chris will be with me in the next one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.